once again, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time joining me today. Hi, my name is Hannah. I make a lot of different videos here on YouTube. Feel free to check out my playlists on my channel because they contain a variety of different content. So as you can tell from the title, today is my long-awaited tattoo tour. I haven't filmed it yet, like I haven't filmed the clips that you're gonna see of my tattoos. I'm probably gonna have to get my husband to help me with it because I do not have a tripod that's small enough to like show my legs and stuff like that. So let's hope that he does a good job. I'm gonna go ahead and do the explanations for these tattoos, and I'm gonna be doing them in the order that I got the tattoos. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first ever tattoo that I got it 2 days after I turned 18, and you guys may remember a video about that tattoo, which I could link in the description if you want to see fetus Hannah. Anyway, it says Bat Country, and it has some bats flying up from the top of it. That is written in Gonzo font, which it's a reference to the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is my all-time favorite movie. It always will be. I've seen it so many times, more times than I can count. I just absolutely am a fan of anything Hunter S. Thompson related. I think that he was an incredibly brilliant man, and that movie has just always resonated with me. I watched it with my dad for the first time ever, and it was just like kind of a really cool bonding experience for us, just because we're both really weird, and that movie always reminds me of my dad. But the phrase Bat Country it comes from a scene. I don't think I can insert the clip here. We'll probably get copyright striked if I do that. But I can link it or something down below, or you can just Google it. But basically, I don't even know how to explain this movie. It's Hunter S. Thompson and his attorney go on this trip to Las Vegas to cover a dirt bike race, something like that. I think it's a dirt bike race. Might just be motorcycles in general, but I think it's dirt bikes. Anyway, so they're going to Las Vegas. It's in the 60s, or actually it's in the 70s, my bad. This takes place in the 70s, and they are doing a lot of drugs. So in the midst of a just totally drugged out stupor, in the car on the way to Las Vegas, Hunter S. Thompson is sitting there, and he starts hallucinating that there are these bats flying all around the car attacking them. And he's got this fly swat in his hand, and he's just waving it around, and he's like, "We can't stop here. This is Bat Country." And I don't know, that's just always been my favorite part of that movie. Not just because I've always like loved bats and like loved the aesthetic of bats and Halloween and horror and all of that kind of thing, but I don't know, it's just always been a scene that stuck with me. That movie has always stuck with me since the first time I saw it when I was like 14 years old. I love it so much. I just can't explain my love for this movie and this tattoo. It's still one of my favorite tattoos that I have. So the second tattoo that I ever got is the rose on my foot. I don't really have that great of a reason for why I got this. I really wanted to get a foot tattoo. I thought that roses were beautiful. I love pink roses, and I initially wanted to do a pink rose, but my tattoo artist was like, "What if we do it red?" And like, he showed me the design and all this kind of stuff. He's like, "I think it would look awesome if we went with a super traditional color palette and a really super traditional feel." And I was really new to tattoos. Obviously, it was my second tattoo. But he was like, "Yeah, what if we go with a really traditional feel?" And I'm so glad that I did that because I love traditional so much. American traditional is my style. I branch out into neo-traditional at times, but American traditional is my jam. So I'm really glad we went with red instead of pink, because that would have pushed it into neo territory. But I really love it. I think it's held up great. I got it, I want to say I got it in like the October after my birthday. So I was still 18. I got that tattoo, and I love it. I still love it to this day. I love all my tattoos, really. Oh my God, I totally forgot about the tattoo on my shoulder. Okay, so Josh did another tattoo for me, Josh Graves, on my shoulder. It is a crescent moon with a spider web and a spider dangling down. I forgot about it because it's like the only flash tattoo that I have, and it's on my shoulder. I never see it. So, no real story behind it. I just thought it was creepy. Oh man, I should really be saying who did these tattoos. So, the first two are done by the same guy, Josh Graves. From what I know, he's not tattooing anymore, which I really hate. He moved back home to Kentucky. I loved him so much. He was like my favorite tattooer ever. I got really lucky with my first tattoo artist, is what I'm saying. I didn't do research or anything before I got tattooed. I just walked in and he was there, and thank God, he was so amazing. But like I said, he's not tattooing anymore, to my knowledge. That's what everybody says that knows him. That's what he told me when I messaged him on Facebook. So, those tattoos were done by him. Let's move on to my next tattoo that I got, which is my beautiful lantern with blue peonies on the sides. Originally, the peonies were supposed to be roses, but he was like, nah, since we just did a rose on your foot, let's not overdo it with the roses just yet. And I'm so glad that he made that call, because I love the peonies so much. They are absolutely stunning. I love them. I feel like if they were roses, it just wouldn't be the same. I'm really, really glad that I allowed him to take the creative direction that he wanted to, because let me just tell you, if you don't know, if you don't have tattoos, whatever, if you let your artist take creative freedoms, your tattoos are going to come out so just vastly more beautiful than if you wanted a copy and paste job, or if you wanted something just the way you wanted it and you wouldn't let them change a thing. You know, like, you need to give the artist creative direction. That's how your tattoo is going to come out beautiful, and that's how I feel about this tattoo. It is so much more than I could have imagined it being. It's absolutely stunning. Like I said, Josh did that tattoo as well. It's the last tattoo he did for me before he left. I'm so sad that he left. But anyway, I love this tattoo. Basically, I got this tattoo, like, not so much in reference to the quote, but I got it because it reminds me of the quote. I cannot remember the body of work that it comes from. I know that it's a poem. I will link it down below, whatever. It's called Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night. And a part of that body of work or poem or whatever you want to say is rage against the dying of the light. You know, do not go gentle in that good night. And basically the whole premise of that poem is, don't just like let your life pass you by, you know, don't just let yourself float through life and then just let yourself die when it's your time or whatever. It basically is just about living life to the fullest and, you know, fight for your life, you know, fight for the things that you want and the things you want to do. Don't just float through life, basically. Don't just give up when you're feeling down. And so that's always been really important to me. I got the tattoo at a really, really difficult time. I got it, I think it was like February 2017, I want to say. January or February 2017. I still love it. I love all my tattoos, like I said, but that's just a really, really special one. All of them are special in their own way, but that one is just, Josh outdid himself. So, moving on to the next tattoo. It is the first tattoo I ever got from my current tattoo artist, and it is a traditional / neo-traditional wolf with a headdress. It's gigantic and beautiful, and I love it. My tattoo artist is Erica Dean. I will put her Instagram and stuff down below so you guys can look into that if you would like. She's wonderful. She's just so sweet. She's amazing, basically. She's wonderful. But this tattoo was so hard for me to heal, because I didn't realize that the way that you heal a tattoo could vary from artist to artist. The way that I healed the tattoos I got from Josh, I healed them completely different when I got tattooed from Erica. Erica is a more heavy-handed artist, and there's nothing really wrong with that if you can tolerate the pain and stuff like that. It's not that bad, but the healing process is a lot different. I can't wash it a lot. I can't put lotion on it really ever until it's completely healed, pretty much. But the way that I heal now is with Saniderm. If you don't know about Saniderm and you're getting tattooed, it's my favorite way to heal. It's so easy, and as someone who has a hard time healing, it was a lifesaver. Let me just tell you that. But anyway, getting to the meaning of this tattoo, I got this tattoo because my great-grandmother is she was full-blooded Native American. I wish I had the picture here with me to show you. She was so beautiful, just the dark skin, the dark hair, beautiful. And I am so sad that I don't really have any of those physical attributes. Like, I don't have really the dark hair, I don't have the dark complexion. I'm very, very fair skinned. I think the only thing I really have is the high cheekbones. That's like it. But I never got to meet her, but she was absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I wish I had the photo here, but she was just beautiful. And I know that I have a lot of Native American on my mother's side as well. I just never knew that side of my family. If you don't know, half of my family basically is more French, and the other half of my family is more Native American and what would you say, European, but not like, it's hard to say, but there's a lot of Native American in my family, which is why I got this kind of as a tribute to that. Even though I never really got to meet that part of my family, I still think it's a very, very important part of who I am. And when I was younger, my dad really tried to get me into the Native American history and the culture and all of that kind of stuff, which I was always super, super interested in it. It was awesome. We had so many books just about Native American culture and rituals and the great chiefs and stuff like that. It was always so interesting, and I always loved it. So that's really why I wanted to get that, as kind of a tribute to my great-grandmother that I never got to meet, and just my Native American heritage in all. So that's what that tattoo represents for me. And I actually have been stopped. I've been stopped one time by a Native American historian who takes photos and collects information to do with Native American history, and he asked me if he could take a photo of my tattoo for his work, and I said, absolutely, you can. So I've been stopped by a lot of other people who absolutely love it. I adore that tattoo. It has a lot of meaning for me. So my next tattoo that I ever got is the peach it's right above my knee on my inner thigh, kind of. It kind of goes into my inner thigh, but I got that tattoo from Erica again. Plain and simple, I got it because of the Allman Brothers Eat a Peach album. I love the Allman Brothers. My dad loves the Allman Brothers. Older music has always been a real passion of mine, and my dad pretty much got me into that. So it's kind of like another tattoo that reminds me of my dad and all this kind of stuff. But I've always loved the Eat a Peach album. I always remember listening to the Allman Brothers growing up. I never really liked it until recently, probably when I was like 17 or 18, I got more into the Allman Brothers. But yeah, I've always been exposed to it, and I love the music, so that's why I got that bad boy. The next tattoo that I got is my Parrot tattoo with the flowers around it and the little ocean scene and all that. And I got that tattoo yet again for a musical reason. I got it because of my love/obsession with Jimmy Buffett. I have always loved Jimmy Buffett since I was little. I have been obsessed with Jimmy Buffett's music. Havana Daydreaming is probably my favorite album. It was the first record of his I ever listened to. I was obsessed with it. Havana Daydreaming, A1A, Living and Dying in 3/4 Time. I just love all of his music. And again, I can thank my dad for that. It's just my favorite type of music to listen to. I literally I listen to boats, beaches, bars, and ballads pretty much every single day. If you don't know, that is a compilation album of pretty much his top hits and some deep tracks too. But Boats, Beaches, Bars, and Ballads is like my favorite disc set ever. And I remember listening to it CD by CD with my dad when I was little. We would ride around and he would play it, and it was just great. It brings back a lot of great memories. I just love Jimmy Buffett. So, and if you know anything about Jimmy Buffett, you know that he calls his fans parrot heads. So I thought that I would get a parrot to kind of signify that. I want to get another Jimmy Buffett tattoo, but I can't decide on what I want. I just absolutely, I love it. I don't know. I love Jimmy Buffett so much. Again, Erica did that. A lot of tattoos, Erica did that. So the next tattoo that I got is a fallen leaf with a haunted house scene and like bats and pumpkin and all this kind of stuff. And that was done for me by Reed Barnhill. I got it basically because I love Halloween. I got it around Halloween. It was awesome. It's like the tattoo that I got, and I was healing this tattoo when Dustin and I first met. So I got it like 2 Halloweens ago. I love it. I mean, I kind of want to get it darkened up. I think it's a little bit gray for my color scheme. Like if I had black and gray sleeves, it'd be awesome, but I want to get it more bold and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to set something up with Reed soon to see what we can do, make it a little bit more traditional for me. But anyway, that's that. I don't have too much story. From here on out, my tattoos just have less and less meaning, so get ready for that. The next tattoo that I got is the upside down horseshoe that is on my left arm. It was done by Alan Spurlock, and that is Dustin's normal artist. Dustin got this tattoo for me for Christmas the first year that we were together, which was really sweet. So he got this tattoo for me for Christmas. I basically got it upside down because Alan was like, hey, do you really want to do this upside down? Because like that's kind of bad luck. Like it means your luck is pouring out rather than holding your luck in if you're doing it the right way. I was like, no, I just have really bad luck. So I want this tattoo to signify that I have just terrible luck. So Dustin has suggested that I get a 13 inside the horseshoe because it does look kind of bare, and I'm considering doing that. But I really love the tattoo. It's gorgeous. It's not what Alan usually does, so I appreciate him doing something somewhat traditional for me. But I really like this tattoo, and it's really awesome to me because Dustin got it for me for Christmas the first year we were together. Like, that's a memory, you know? So the next tattoo that I have to show you is the first tattoo I ever got from my favorite tattooer, Tim Martin. It is a lady with a little heart and a banner type thing at the bottom. I basically got this because we were at a convention, and this was the first time we ever met Tim. And he said, hey, do you want this tattoo? It's on my business card, and I have never tattooed it before. So, like, would you like to get this design? And I was like, absolutely, I would. So I got a tattoo that day. I have videos pretty much from here on out about my tattoos and stuff, but I'm going to keep explaining for all the people who just want it in one place. So that's that tattoo. I pretty much just got it because he asked me if I wanted it, and I said sure. So yeah. The next tattoo that I have is a bouquet of flowers on my arm done by Erica again, and I got this the day after I got the lady tattoo from Tim. And I had planned this out before I got that lady tattoo, so yay me for getting tattooed 2 days in a row on accident. But anyway, this tattoo is really, it has some meaning to it. Basically, every flower in there is a birth month flower for my mom, my dad, my grandma, and my grandpa, because those are the people that I'm closest to in my family. So, well, I shouldn't say all the flowers, but 4 of the flowers in there are for that, and the others are just to fill out the bouquet. I love it. I need to get it touched up. Yeah. The next tattoo that I got was the snake and dagger on the back of my forearm that Tim did for me again. He did that the first time we went down to Due South in Biloxi, and that was last year. So, I really don't have stories for the rest of these tattoos. I got it because it's a pretty traditional image, and I really, really just love traditional. So that's why I got it. It came out super bright and awesome, and I love it. So thanks, Tim. I love it. The next tattoo that I got is the spider, the whimsical spider, I guess I would call it, done by Eva Jean of Ink Master, Allegory Arts, however you might know her. She's wonderful. I love getting tattooed from Eva, but this was the first tattoo I ever got from her. I got it at Due South last year. It was great. I love Eva. She's really sweet. She's just wonderful. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met. But I kind of just told her to go nuts with this, do whatever she wanted, just because I wanted to get tattooed from her, because I watched her season of Ink Master and I loved her and Euless from the very beginning. I just really wanted a tattoo from her. I wanted her to do whatever she wanted to do on my arm, and she did not disappoint. I love it. I think it's awesome. All right, so the next tattoo that I got is my little umbrella with flowers. And that tattoo, I kind of just got to remind me that after a rainfall, there's always flowers. Like after a bad or a dark time, there's always something beautiful and a better time after it. And I guess this is kind of a theme in my tattoos, like you'll get through bad times. I don't know, maybe that comes because I have generalized anxiety disorder and depression, so I do get really down in the dumps sometimes, and there's not really anything you can do about it. So I like to put these things on my body to remind me that good times will come no matter how bad the other times are. And Erica did that for me. She's wonderful. All right, the next tattoo is quite the tattoo. It is my beloved Nightmare Before Christmas thigh piece. This puppy took from October 2018 all the way until the very end of February 2019. Like, this baby, I don't even think it was fully healed when we went to Due South. Maybe, but probably not. This puppy was so expensive and time consuming. On this tattoo alone, I spent at least $1,000. I think it was around about $1,000. I don't think it was very much over, but it was definitely $1,000. And it was done by Erica. She's amazing. I don't know how many times I can say that. She's so amazing, and she's so patient with me. I have the worst time healing tattoos from her. I don't know. We can't really figure out what it is, but she's so patient and amazing with me in my healing process. We did, I think, 4 or 5 sessions on this tattoo, and it hurt terribly. I won't lie to you. It hurt so bad, but it was so worth it. That's the thing about tattoos from Erica. They hurt so bad, but they are so worth it in the end because she is an amazing artist. All of her design, I've never seen her do something I didn't like. Everything she's ever done is beautiful. I love it. I love this tattoo. The meaning, I guess, behind it. This is one of mine and Dustin's favorite movies that we have in common. And we actually have an idea. It's his idea. Since we're married now, he wants to get He wants to get a Sally and I get a Jack tattoo, you know, Jack and Sally from the movie. So I think that's really cool. I got this piece just because I really wanted it. I love Nightmare Before Christmas, obviously, and that's the main reason I got this tattoo. Alrighty, so moving right along to tattoos that I've shown recently. I will be showing the tattoos I got at Due South this year, at the very beginning of this month. So anyway, the next tattoo that I got is this wonderful, beautiful horse and a rose, well, an angry horse and a rose from Julia Neely. And again, I got that at Due South. I basically got this tattoo because I've always loved the song Horse with No Name by America. If you don't know it, you should look it up. It's a pretty dope song. But after my dad saw this tattoo, he said that it reminded him more of Run for the Roses by Dan Fogelberg, which I definitely see. So, your opinion. I think it definitely looks like either one. It will always be Horse with No Name and Run for the Roses at this point. So, whatever. But I love the tattoo. It healed great. It's still healing. Ignore my eczema. I'm breaking out because it's really hot outside now. Anyway, love that tattoo. Love Julia. So, my next tattoo that I got was, again, from Tim Martin. And it turned out so beautiful. I am so in love with this tattoo. He is just an amazing tattooer. All of his tattoos heal perfectly on me. I don't have to do anything. They just heal perfectly. I don't know if it's the way he tattoos. I don't know what it is, but I love this. It's a froggy boy. He's a magician. I don't really have anything special about this. I just always have loved traditional frog tattoos, and I was like, hey, why not have a frog magician? I think I saw a tattoo before where the frog had on a wizard hat, so I was like, yeah, let's do it, wizard frog. And the last tattoo that I have gotten is my beautiful Mardi Gras lady from the beautiful Eva Jean. I love her so much. She's so sweet. I'm just like gushing over all my tattoo artists, but they're all so sweet and just so nice, and I love the tattoo community. But it's healed out awesome. I love it. Mardi Gras is a huge thing in Louisiana. If you don't know, that is where I'm from. So that's pretty much why I got this tattoo. It was a design that she had previously drawn up for Due South, and she was like, hey, who wants to get this? And I was like, me. So she did it on my inner upper arm, and it hurt so bad, but it came out so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for joining me again today. Leave me a like if you like this video, comment down below, and subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and Friday. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!